Hey everybody, we are live. It is Wednesday, March
4th.
It
is the 4th. Gosh. It was like Greg was like panicking before the
Oh
show.
yes. It was this guy right here that was panicking. How dare you? How dare you?
Welcome everyone.
Oh wow, we got playback.
Well, there's three things that's going to happen, and that's always one of them.
Well,
thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Yes.
We do have some special guests. We are trying something a little bit different, very RobFuz-esque. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, we'll explain what that is. But if you aren't familiar with us, I'm Derick.
I'm Greggory.
If you forget our names, I'm Little Explorer.
I'm Big Explorer.
Big Explorer. And we are D&G Explorers. We love Disney. We love
cruising on ships and adventures, traveling.
And our goal is to bring both those communities. We're looking at the chat who's here, and we're seeing the communities from both sides joining us. So thank you so much for joining us. We have, just so you know, we have a 37-minute video that we're going to be showing along with us chatting. We do have some guests that are joining us.
It's going to be like a live premiere video within a video, but it's an old video.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about it live.
So we're going to get going pretty quick on that. We have, just so you know, Nautical Nurse Nancy's in the chat. Nautical Nurse Nancy will be here next week on our live show as part of our
not in this room, but she'll be on the show.
She'll be right here.
Okay.
She'll be keeping you in line.
Found out how to beam people over like Star Trek.
She's an awesome moderator, has an awesome channel, and she will be using that hammer on you when you misbehave. And and then also, just for the cruising people who are tuning in on that, we do have another vlog from Bar Harbor. Bahaba, the NCL Escape. And the thing with the NCL Escape vlogs for this one, did we or did we not push Kevin from Cruising with Wills over the cliff?
Well, you didn't push him. How would you push him?
It's called a click to get people to.
Oh my gosh!
So you have to find out
what happened. Clickbait, basically.
There you go. Clickbait.
Great.
So we just created clickbait. Did I knock off?
Clickbait is not a good thing.
Kevin from Cruising with Wills.
Let's check the chat really quick, and it looked like Blaine. Oh, chat check brought to you by More Sunshine, please.
More sunshine, please.
Come up with something good.
Taste the rainbow.
Okay, you've used that too many times. Okay. So we have Blaine 2007. He was first here. Welcome. We got RobFuz. We got Danny McGlone.
Welcome,
Josh
guys.
Odom. Nautical Nurse Nancy. I don't want to miss anybody. Griswold Family Vacay. Cargo 619. Jonathan Chong. I think I said Blaine 2007. Big Noah Mountain 5. He changed his name recently.
He did. Yep. I like that name.
Kelly Haston, Pepper Tree Villa, Steve's World.
Welcome.
The Philly crew, Alyssa Stenberg. Sorry, don't want to miss anyone. I think I said Steve's World and Dennis Algazi. Dennis Algazi.
Yep.
So welcome everybody.
And we got a visitor in. Hi, Sierra. I know you're going to be talking a little bit later. So we're going to add something here and a little bit about one of the YouTubers who's in the cruising community, but just kind of let you know what's going on. But first, before we get into that, we're going to introduce our special guests tonight, our California boys, who we are going to be meeting in Santa Cruz, because we're about 2 hours away from them. We're going to be meeting in Santa Cruz, which is about 2 hours from us, on the 14th.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we're going to be having fun with them, spending the afternoon with them in there, and it is Pepper Tree Villa, so we are going to welcome Arnie.
Hey there.
Ben. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us tonight on a fun night where we get to visit Disneyland Paris again. This was, we'll actually explain that a little bit, but you guys introduce yourselves and what you have going on with your channel, the content you guys release.
Ben, you go first. Okay. I'm Ben, part of Pepper Tree Villa. I post a weekly vlog on Thursday mornings. Tomorrow morning is no exception. I will be posting my 40th episode. And I'm looking forward to sharing everyone with the experience of a chicken sandwich challenge.
Very good. And Arnie.
Okay, I just got home. I haven't even looked in the mirror. It was crazy at the office today. So
You look good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm Arnie. I'm part of Pepper Tree Villa as well, and just doing the daily dose of Disney every day at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then I've also got some videos in the editing phase right now. We have one about Squirrel Watch 2020, where Doug was actually cat trapping squirrels in our backyard. They were trying to attack our house. So
Wow.
we got it. We got to move them. We have to move them. And then we've got
everything must go.
a no-bake cookie recipe that people have been asking for. So we're going to be putting that together and getting that done. And a couple of other surprises coming too.
Awesome.
We got more sunshine, please. Jim is here, and we got Mike Wheeler and Kay Atwood that also just came in. So, and Dances with Goofy Adventures,
Yes, we did.
and AJC Magic TV. So welcome
Amy.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we did what? I thought you said yes, we did.
I probably did. I don't know.
I'm like, okay.
I'm not sure. So a little bit, you guys, about the community has been very good. I had tried to reach out to Josh Holcomb, who had put this whole video together of YouTube creators. And it's basically to wish a YouTube channel out there called Sean and Steph. Recently, Sean was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh my God.
So love and all the positivity goes out to them. Nurse Nancy, I know that we had talked to you about if you can put their channel in there. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they're definitely going to let everyone know what's going on, keeping everybody updated. But I believe they have like a PayPal or a GoFund specifically to help them out. So show some love, you guys. If you're not familiar with them, they do provide some great cruising content. So I don't want to get emotional, but send your love to them. And then Nurse Nancy and if anyone else has the chance to get their links in there, it would be awesome to do that. So community is big, whether it's the Disney or the cruising site, and it's a great chance for us to show some love and support each other.
On a side note, I will say that Alex Trebek, host of Jeopardy, is also suffering from stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and he just posted a 1-year update after his diagnosis. So I haven't looked at the update yet. I was at the office today when I found out the link was sent to me on Twitter, but apparently he's fighting it really valiantly. So Sean, our prayers are with you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, and Steph, who's going through it with her.
Absolutely.
So we have, I think we're going to do things a little bit differently today. We're going to do our Spotlight channel now because here we are.
Right now.
We're a little bit earlier than what we do. As you know, we Jonathan Chung just
I think you're
came
missing
in.
something.
Kelly Haston came in. So welcome. We, again, have a 37-minute video, and we wanted to make sure that we don't forget certain things. We didn't want to stop the video in the middle of it. So we are
The infamous little
Spotlight channel. Now, we've been doing this, we've been going live for over a year and a half now. And we started to do Spotlight channels to give shout out and love back to the people that were giving us love back out. So a lot of when we were starting, a lot of other communities out there, YouTube channels showed us love, support, whether it was technical support, whatever it would be. So we ongoing are showing that love back, paying it forward, and letting people know about different channels they might not be familiar with. So during this time, if you guys can in the chat, if you are creators,
say you're a creator, please.
Creator. If you are,
welcome, Mike Wheeler.
Welcome. I think I already said hello to him, but welcome again. But if you're not a creator, please definitely check out the channels, because I'm looking at all the channels that are in here, and you guys are all different. You're all unique, and you're great. So definitely check these other channels out. Our Spotlight channel of the week. Greg, do you want to say something while I load it up and share the screen?
I'll say it after this.
Okay. So we're getting ready to do it. So our favorite, one of our favorite friends to the north, because we have so many great Canadian friends, but this is definitely one of our tops, if not the tops, but it is Cargo
STM.
Now she's having an identity crisis because, she's
Celebrate
yes, it's celebrate
magic.
like you're sewing.
Like you're sewing.
So
yes.
celebrate the magic. Which when we did our exchange, Cargo was one of our the person we did the Disney Blues exchange with that we'd released in
Hey, Disney
February.
Nerd Herders, we're doing Spotlight right now.
And so she changed her channel because Celebrate the Magic is a little bit of a mouthy thing to say. So it's Cargo STM for now, but Cargo is an awesome creator. She does a lot of craft stuff. So if you guys are interested in like how they make hats and all that, she definitely does that. She has Cargo 619. She's in the chat right now with that. So she kind of has two channels going. Although Cargo 619 is more for like viewing, her creative side is Cargo STM, where she's releasing most of her video content of it. Yeah, so Cargo, we love you. You are awesome, and good luck with the new channel change.
You make a lot of cool things.
Yes, and we just love everything about you. So if you guys haven't subscribed to her, please definitely subscribe to Cargo.
Welcome to Philly Crew. And I think Mike Willer, I think I said hello.
like 3 times.
But Mike Willer did bring up something. I didn't read about it, but I saw something on Facebook. Apparently a lady had jumped from one of the buildings at Magic Kingdom today. So
Oh my gosh.
he's just asking that we all keep their family in our prayers and thoughts. I haven't read anything about it. It doesn't look like it was a good outcome, but prayers and thoughts to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. We okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. You guys have anything that you want to add?
Sorry, that's where it happened.
Oh wow, Contemporary. That's a very high.
Jeff Resendez, welcome.
Welcome.
Jeff.
Do you guys want to add anything before we get started?
I just want to say, hey, Cargo, we just followed you.
Yeah.
Awesome. I need some tips for my Epcot for May 4th at Disney World, Cargo. There you go. That Cargo can definitely help you out. So a little bit about this video. This was our first vlog series that we started recording.
It's at the fabulous, wonderful, beautiful Disneyland Paris.
So our first video that we created was, we weren't sure if we could actually vlog. So we did a trip to Superior Dairy in Hanford, California, an ice cream trip. That was our very first one.
You mean like if we knew how to vlog or not?
Well, I had no idea. So I filmed it this way instead of this way.
Yeah, we
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, you learned. I mean, and we decided to keep it just to show our growth. Although it kind of makes me laugh when we still get comments on it. I'm thinking,
and
this is our first video that they still see from us.
We both weren't feeling well, but we still went through it. And here we are today.
And we weren't comfortable in front of the camera at that point.
We were okay. I mean,
But we realized we could film. And so we recorded that. It was 2017, right? Yeah, 2017 in September, we went to England to see my family, and we took the Channel, which is the train that goes from London.
literally under the water.
Underwater, the English Channel.
It's on my list.
Stopped right at the Disneyland Paris park resort area, and we spent 3 nights there. And this was actually the 3rd day we were there. It was when we had a chance to tour the park, but I was rewatching it the other day, and RobFuz, if you guys have not seen his retro videos where he shows videos of rides and stuff from the past, Rob does an amazing job of doing that. So Rob, I see you're in the chat. This is in honor of you. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be playing this video and having these guys comment. So if you've never seen Disneyland Paris, this is a great chance to kind of see what the park is about. Yeah, welcome, Pam's fam. So with that, you guys, are you ready to go?
Yeah, we're going to be commenting as we. Oh, you didn't bring my cup? Wow.
Sorry.
We're going to be commenting as we go along. We bought these at Disneyland Paris along with the 25th anniversary
Ben's got wine.
jacket that it came with.
Yeah.
That they go with. I'm sorry?
Ben has wine.
Oh.
And I just have ginger ale, tangerine ginger ale. All right.
Yeah, so we should have got our Mickey bars out.
I've got a Mickey bar in the freezer.
Me too.
So we're going to go ahead and start this video.
Oh, I'm so small.
That's It's all right, Ben. You introduced it. Or is that Arnie? Never mind. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, let's start the video.
All right, Greg, we're going to go on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, we don't want it that loud.
A little bit louder, I would think.
Let me get the full screen. Ah.
Can you guys hear it okay in the chat?
So far, yeah.
I can hear it.
Oh, that's the entrance.
This is the entrance, yes. So we have the volume on low. Remember, Greg, we did this on purpose. It's on the timer that we had said.
Now, over there, you just passed by a door that was closed. When I was there, that was the door that you actually went into.
Oops, sorry.
Epic fail. Turn it up a little, please.
Whoops.
Hold on, Greg.
We're going in for early entry. So, Greg, what is the hotel?
Hold on, guys. I'll be right there.
I hear the video somewhere.
We timed this yesterday, and the volume was fine, but Greg keeps saying he wants to have it turned up.
It's lower than what it was yesterday.
No, it was the same. It's the same side.
Now you turned it down all the way.
Yeah, so anyway, you just passed a door off to the side, and that's the door that they used to process annual passports.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I bought an annual pass in 1999 when I was there. It was cheaper to buy the annual pass for the week that I was there in Paris rather than it was to just buy a ticket every day.
Yes, take two, Jonathan Chong.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we are good, and I'm trying to get it to where it's full screen.
It was full screen.
Thank you.
There it is. That's what I want.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So the big difference on this is the Disneyland Hotel, which we were fortunate enough to stay at. That's at the entrance, and you walk under the hotel to get into the park, which is really unique compared to any of the other Disney parks.
Now, is that the train station?
That's the train station, yes.
Yeah,
So you go under the hotel, then you go under the train station, then you're in the park.
right.
And you go underneath the... Yeah, that whole hotel is pink, by the way, outside.
That's a lot of pink.
It is all pink.
Nautical Nurse Nancy, we went here. It was probably September 22nd, 23rd. I know we flew home from England on my birthday. It was the 29th. And I believe it was about the 22nd.
You'll notice there's a gazebo right in the front, which isn't normally there at a Disneyland.
I have a picture of taken at that gazebo too. This is so cool.
Now, see, Arnie's been there, but I have not.
And we heard that song a lot throughout our visit.
And I realized they do show, but the different parks do play that song. So now whenever I hear that song in the parks, I think of Disneyland Paris. Welcome, Avery, the Cuban American. I don't know if he said hello yet.
Yeah, the interesting thing is just so surreal because it feels like the Magic Kingdom in Florida and also Disneyland, but you'll notice differences like the streets are brick.
Where?
Yeah, I noticed that the streets are brick, but the sidewalks themselves are concrete, which is the exact opposite of Disneyland in California.
Transportation center, looking at the line.
Yeah, and
all their special cars.
We're wearing our 25th anniversary jackets that go with the coffee mug too. They had a good amount of things, but that was like one of the big things that we wanted to take back with us.
There's also one over here, which is another arcade.
that's pretty cool. I would have gotten that jacket too.
So I don't think we show it in this film.
That castle is very tall.
We might not see it, but to the right and left of Main Street, behind the buildings, there it is where the lights are. That's actually a covered walkway that they built specifically for this park so that can avoid the parades, which how much would we love to have something like that at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom?
And they also have little shops inside of it and through the corridors too.
There was talk of doing that type of thing at Disneyland Park, but they still haven't done it.
Yeah, they want to do it on the right-hand side as you walk in the park, but yeah, they just haven't done it yet.
Oh, that's
Avery's right. At Disney Sea, they do have a hotel covering the entrance of the park.
oh, interesting.
There's the other arcade. The things you can actually access the stores from the arcade too. So it's not
Yes. Yeah.
You can actually go into the stores.
And one side was really talking about how they're showcasing the link between the French and the Americans. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was a very elegant place.
They have like the Statue of Liberty on display, that kind of stuff in there.
The hotel was pink outside, but it was very nice inside. And our room had like Fantasia wallpaper, kind of like borderish up in the corners throughout the room. So that was pretty cool.
Now, Cargo is talking about it being elegant. There is a reason for that, and that is that Michael Eisner wanted this to be a park that was complementary to the French. They wanted it to be over the top nice.
Well, let's face it. Here's the castle. When you see the castle at the end of Main Street, it is breathtaking.
It is.
Because it had to compete with other castles there in Europe.
And that was kind of the cue of designing the rest of the park.
I wish they had this vehicle, the paddy wagon, in one of the American parks. I thought it was a really cool ride.
I like that.
And we started calling these people the Green Brigade because we saw them everywhere, and they wore green pants. So we might hear references to the Green Brigade.
Oh, this is great.
All right.
Okay, Dennis here is saying that the Paris doesn't have the Walt Disney World magic, that there was something lost in the translation. Now, do you think that's because it was designed in more of a corporate style as opposed to a fantasy style?
I don't know because we've gone to, so for us, Disneyland is the park that has more of that magic. So I think it might be more where you're familiar with. I just looked at this park as being another translation, and I would say I actually felt this park was the best looking out of all the parks. I mean, it didn't,
very clean.
it didn't help that they had just refurbished it for the 25th anniversary.
It
but
didn't
like
help.
It didn't hurt. But when you look at like the brick, I love the brick down Main Street. The shops here, just I love the attention to detail. So they just have, it's different to compare. It's not going to be a carbon copy of Magic Kingdom, but I think it just probably is preference. I walked away wild by this park. I was really impressed.
In case you're wondering why we're not going into anything, half of this stuff isn't even open yet at the time. Sorry, go ahead.
Is this like before Rope Drop or something?
Yeah, this was
This is magical hours.
What did I say?
I don't know what you said.
I forgot what I said yesterday, but I made a mistake when I was telling Ben what it was.
They had certain rides open, but I think at this point we were just trying to take in all of Main Street at the time.
Yeah, Main Street is great. And one place that I really like is over here on the, you'll probably pass by it on the left. It's Walt's, an American restaurant. That was my favorite place there.
We actually ate there later this day, but we didn't show it in this film. We have a different vlog.
There's a lot of cool pictures and Walt Disney memorabilia there. She was scary.
That's the best window I've seen in a Disney store.
I mean, she looks kind of crazy. If she was real, I'd be running the other way.
Oh, the market has deli. Oh.
Dennis.
These are the sandwiches we had from there. And it's like folded over and it's full of cheesy, meaty goodness.
That's actually
Derek's really excited about it.
When we first went into the park, that's actually from a few days.
That was our lunch.
Yeah.
Really different looking area than what would be at Disneyland.
We actually remember that from like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, careful, you're moving.
That would be where the lockers are if it were Disneyland.
Yeah.
If you're in the Magic Kingdom where the restaurant is, that would be the Crystal Shop. Disney closures?
Disney closures at Disneyland.
Yeah. And then at Magic Kingdom, they closed off that cross street and made it stores all the way across, didn't they?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I'm just walking all around, looking around myself.
It is the one thing that I noticed. I don't think we actually did a very bad job of filming this for our very first time.
No, you
noticed that we weren't as comfortable being in front of the camera. But it's so if you notice that, plus there'll be like when the picture pops in at times because of our technology, we weren't able to just like flop it over to keep the flow going and hearing sound. But other than that, I was pretty actually impressed with what we did for our first time.
One thing I must say, I have a friend that just came back. She went last year at work, and as she was walking up and down Main Street, there were carts there that were actually selling champagne on the street.
Oh my gosh.
So you could go just grab champagne and start throwing it back.
I wasn't lost, Blaine. I was just walking around trying to take it in myself and take some pictures while Derick filmed what he wanted to film. And because he was walking so slow, I just had to go up ahead and look at things myself first.
To be fair, though, Greg looks lost a lot of times.
Wow, I am not lost.
Cargo, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great
That
night.
deserves a couple penguin slaps.
Pam, this was it was during the early moments or early magic hours, so the park technically wasn't open for the first hour. So this was a really good chance. But you're right, compared to some of the other early openings, it wasn't really taken advantage of. I think that might have something to do with the French culture, that they arrive a little bit later than normal.
One thing I have to mention that you guys won't know because you can't smell it in this video. There's no smell-o-vision. But when you go to Disneyland Paris and you go into the bathroom,
Oh my god!
all you will smell is talcum powder. And I cannot stand the smell of the talcum powder. It's so overpowering and nauseating. It made me want to vomit every time I would have to use the restroom. But that's really what you would smell going into the bathroom. And I guess they used it because they thought it would clean the air. I don't know, but it was just really bad.
Maybe it's a French thing.
That cast member,
Yeah.
she was always smiling. I liked her.
Those donuts and those pastries do look good.
Yeah. Nurse Nancy is not wrong.
So Greg apparently would not. He'd rather smell something else in the bathroom than talcum powder.
What? What is that supposed
That's
to
what you're
mean?
saying.
I don't even know how to take that. No, it was just a nauseating smell that they used. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I didn't like the smell.
That lady there cracks me up. She's from England. You can tell.
Really nothing that
She asked where we got our hats
Yeah.
from.
to try.
Did you get them here?
See, Charlie's with me. He doesn't like talcum powder either. Thank you, Charlie.
Speaking of that,
Dennis, you are exactly right. At least it's horizontal. That was our big learning for the first time.
But
And that castle is very,
There's the Green Brigade.
very high and towering.
it's huge. You go up to it, and then there's a basement too.
Yeah, there's hills and valleys before you even, right by the castle.
in fact, we were trying to find
That's insane.
Now, this was the 20. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, the Green Brigade.
That castle just looks amazing.
It is, Ben. We have to go see it.
Yeah. RobFuz in the stream earlier said that one day he will go there. I'm thinking maybe we should plan a trip together.
Yeah, Rob, are you up for it? I'm game.
Maybe when things clear up,
Oh, God.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But this was the 25th anniversary, so you're going to notice metallic silver and metallic blue colors. Even Tinkerbell, her whole body was metallic silver
Oh,
with some blue in there for her clothes and things like that.
and we all know how uncomfortable that can be.
Yeah. Hey, Ben, remember when I called from Disneyland
Charlie.
Paris? And I was
Yeah.
crying because I was the only one there. And I was like, I wish someone was here with me. Right there by the Gibson Girl, there was a bank of payphones. That's where I called you from.
Oh, well, there you go.
Pansan, you're right. It's a little bit shorter than the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World, but it's twice the size of the one in Disneyland.
I don't think they would have payphones there anymore. Did you notice any payphones there?
I didn't notice that anymore.
there's a
Well,
transformation.
that was 1999. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I have seen some payphones in some areas, but few and far between.
but Europe embraced the cell phone before the United States did, so they were a little bit further ahead of us.
yes, they were.
The other main streets in Disneyland.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of people at this time because it was still Mickey's Magic Hours. It was early in the morning, so we really took advantage of it.
They run the parks very different than in the U.S. Like when,
Yeah, they close early.
well, that, but there's not a lot of food options for you to go. So when we stayed at the hotel, we added the buffet, which was like $35. Otherwise, we wouldn't have really been able to eat inside once we got into the parks until later.
But why did they actually close so early? What did they do? Close it like at 7 or 8 in the evening? I don't know what the reason was for that.
It was winter hours.
Oh, the chocolate. Oh, gosh, yeah.
That was good, if I remember correctly.
Okay,
It's weird how they punched the holes through to put the filling in.
no one's making a reference about a possible third park sometime in the 30s.
Oh, wow. I hadn't heard of that.
I haven't heard that yet.
Oh, I know about that.
Tell us more, Arnie.
Okay. They have 2 parks right now. Unfortunately, the second park has not been performing. In order for that third park to go forward, they have to hit certain targets. And it's not just Disney's targets. They actually have targets that they have to hit locally with the government. And if they can hit that sustained growth of people visiting the parks, they will be given permission to build a third park. It's an option that they have on their land. If they don't hit those targets, the third park will not be built.
Well, I could tell you they could have gotten rid of some of the stuff that they had at Hollywood Studios, which is the park right next door to this park. It's kind of like California Adventures, but they're across from each other. This is like side by side. But remember the Armageddon experience thing? Yeah. That is so dated now. They could get rid of that, which I think they did get rid of it.
I think they did get rid of it.
There are a number of initiatives that are going forward right now where they're building a frozen area.
Yeah,
I believe they're one of the parks that are receiving a miniature Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
And they're also receiving an area dedicated to Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a campus.
So if you guys are just joining us, what we're doing is we're watching a video of Greg's and I first visit to Disneyland Paris back in September of 2017. And we're chatting along here with Ben and Arnie from Pepper Tree Villa and just seeing looking at kind of the park for the first time, basically.
It's really cool when you find out that you can actually go.
Well, they'll find out right now.
Underneath, and there it is. You can go under the castle.
Look what lurks.
Oh, look, a man.
That's not what lurks. This is what lurks coming up.
Nurse Nancy, that castle was really beautiful, and thank you for the. Hopefully, you guys are having fun as we're chatting along to this video.
You can hear the creature. There's the creature.
Oh, dear Lord.
That was a pretty cool animatronic of a dragon.
It's Maleficent.
Oh, my God.
It was very cool.
Blaine, our target for that is 2026.
Target for what?
Hong Kong Disney.
Yeah, well,
yeah, Asia needs to get a hold of the coronavirus first.
Yeah. So that dragon, I tell you, that was actually one of those moments that took my breath away. I was like, oh, whoa, that's really cool.
That is huge.
It's pretty realistic.
Yeah, they did not spare any expense on this park.
Mm-mm.
It's great because you can do karaoke with it too.
What? Is that how you sound when you sing?
Yeah.
The disadvantage that they have to having everything so elegant in that park is that everything they add to it has to be on that same level.
Yeah.
So you have a certain amount of budget that you have to dedicate to adding anything within Disneyland Paris.
There's a still of it.
That's just incredible.
Now, I loved the castle. I stopped and I took pictures inside the castle. I was so taken with the tapestries and the stained glass. It's just amazing.
Yeah. What I liked about with the buildings around it, how they built it, it looked like it was a village surrounding the castle, and you don't necessarily get that feel in Disneyland or Magic Kingdom.
I remember it was cold there too, because I could tell because I think my arms are like this because I was trying to keep warm. We were in September, so yeah, it was cold there.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's beautiful.
Charlie, why do humans smell like talcum powder?
You notice those thorny vines? They were actually revamping that area, but that was supposed to be like a Sleeping Beauty thing with the dragon, with the vines, with the thorns.
Oh wow.
So that was pretty cool.
Wow. It actually steps down into the courtyard. That's wow.
Yeah, but it feels like Disneyland, doesn't it?
It does feel a little like Disneyland, especially right there off to the left with the, yeah, that's just like Disneyland right there.
Yeah.
It's a lot quieter and things are spaced out a little bit differently. And they're not all in the same area too.
Now, do they have a sword in the stone in front of the carousel too?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
you?
seeing that.
They do have an Alice in Wonderland maze, which surprisingly we went through.
That was fun.
Alice's
It was fun.
Labyrinth. I love that.
Yeah, it was the labyrinth. Yeah.
It
And I
wasn't like
I
the
like
Epcot one.
Circus Street. There it is.
Yep.
I
Greg
think
had-
your smile.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, that's the actual maze right there.
Wow.
It's really fun.
And it's actually, for the most part, above your head, not like
Epcot.
at Epcot by Mary Poppins, where it's like up to your stomach and you can just walk through.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's the old mill. Now, was that still there? Was it like a little Ferris wheel thing when you were there, or had they stopped?
It was a waffle shop.
Okay, because it used to be an actual like, little Ferris wheel that they had.
We liked their teacups that they had. The way that they did theirs was really cool.
It's a glass canopy, isn't it?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
Looks like it anyway.
Yeah, Greg, you look really excited to be on the ride.
I was. Couldn't you tell? I was smiling and laughing and talking.
Oh my gosh, look at the construction of that mill. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's like the Old Mill cartoon short that I just watched a few days ago on Disney Plus.
I
Dennis,
just watched
Dennis
that.
was saying there was a Five Guys in Paris. I don't remember that when we went there. I know they had a what's a sandwich place? Earl of Sandwich they had there.
Yeah. Ben, you said you haven't seen the Old Mill?
No, it's been a long time. I've seen it,
Oh.
but not since I've subscribed to Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's a place where you can get snacks.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
you got a train coming.
That's really cool. That's better than the Tangled restaurants in Florida.
Yeah.
I was okay with the camera.
They also have a CK holiday train.
Oh, really? I did not remember that.
That's
Now,
just beautiful.
I will say I was surprised that I said this to Derek, but when that was the first ride we went on, huh?
It was a train. Yeah.
Yeah, and I surprisingly was not impressed with their train ride. It was not anything like Disneyland. It was very quiet. There was like no talking or any like they normally do with ours. It was just quiet. That's all it was. And I was just like, this is really different.
It's a small world. That
Had
was
not on the ride with narration though. It probably would have been in French.
Yeah, I must say though, Greg, I loved it simply because when I was exhausted, I actually took a nap on the train and I went on it 2.5 times.
Yeah, it was just a different feeling to it for me. And It's a Small World was very elaborate. I think it was the most elaborate one we've ever seen before, wasn't it?
Yes.
More than Walt Disney World.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the windmill from Bachelorette 7? Griswold Family Vacation said. See, that looks like a village behind it. That's really cool. I like how they did that there.
Yeah, that's their stage area for their shows up there.
Greg and I were performing Frozen during that.
Oh
30
yes,
minutes, yep. And they told us to go. Instead of let it go, they just said go.
So it's off to the side instead of being done in front of the castle.
Which I like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm home.
Oh,
So
there
this
it is.
Discovery Land.
And
that's their Space Mountain.
I love Space Mountain there. But it was originally called Discovery Mountain, but they decided to change the name to Space Mountain before the park before they opened the attraction. But if you go, you'll actually see some of the signage. They have like a DM above for the moniker of Discovery Mountain.
We only went on that ride one time. That's
it.
all he could handle, and I wasn't going to go on it again if he wasn't going to go on it.
I was most excited for that ride of any ride at the park, and I probably got the sickest of any ride in any Disney park.
It's basically like the Aerosmith ride in Walt Disney World is really, and they just call it Space Mountain.
Yeah, I love it though. They shoot you up the cannon through that's called the Columbiad.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the 20,000 the Nautilus there. There's like a walkthrough display in that.
Danny, the water was very, very blue. It's really good drinking water too.
It's the Disney water. Yeah, I wouldn't be drinking that water.
I don't think that is water.
Wally.
That was a really cool.
Oh,
that was a really cool one.
Wow.
That's the only time we've seen Wally actually in any park like that.
Yeah.
They're in jail.
Oh, look at that. I love the horse-drawn carriage.
Mhm.
Oh, it's more like a cable car in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And we didn't think they had them there because I don't remember seeing them the first day because this was the second day we were in the park, and then we finally saw them. So we're pretty happy.
And people are getting ready because it's rope drop. So they're going to run
Yes.
their first attraction.
And this is where you see Greg pushing that poor little
Oh
she
my
was
god!
85-year-old lady with a cane, and he pushed her down. So
Oh
he could-
wow! If anything, she'd be swatting me on the head with her cane. What are you talking about? Like, I would touch a lady or anybody. Trying to make me look bad. Wow!
This is their Frontierland. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Oh,
I love that.
Yep, that's the best one we've ever been on out of any Disney park so far.
bonjour.
It is the best Thunder Mountain.
You literally go under the ground for it almost seems like a minute to get to the other side of the water onto the island.
So those of you who aren't familiar, it's almost as if you're going to Tom Sawyer Island
By train.
by train and going around Tom Sawyer Island. Yeah, this might be one of my favorite Disney rides in any of the parks.
I will say, we always say that Space Mountain and Thunder Mountain are our favorites, but in this park, this is probably my favorite out of all the rides, including Space Mountain, because Space Mountain was fun, but it was a little insane.
Yeah. But man, Thunder Mountain, just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Phantom Manor over there across the water.
Yeah, next time we go, I'm going to have to take a translator because I really want to know what they're saying in French and on that ride.
Wow. That's really stunning.
Yeah, isn't it? It's great.
We did that a couple times, didn't we?
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I would do Space
Me too.
Mountain once at least. See, that's where you're coming out from under the ground onto the
No, that's when
actual
you end it.
island, huh?
We thought that, but
Oh.
the train, we'll see it
That's
coming
that way.
towards the top.
Mhm.
Because I just made the comment, I thought it was going to come out there, and that's where the ride starts, but there it is up there. And
Yeah, it goes
so the actual ending of the ride.
Jonathan, I think you're right when you say about the rides at Tokyo Disney Sea, because those attractions there are just absolutely incredible, apparently.
I'm looking forward to that. 2023, we will find out.
I want to go.
hoping we can go still. I can't even think about like a day or so from the day that we're on right now. It's like too far ahead, 2023.
That was fun.
Charlie, it's a good question. I stayed right in the center of Paris when I was there, and I would take the train east to Marne-la-Vallée, which is where the park is, and it's about a 40-minute train ride from the center of Paris. I would go around Paris all day long, look at the museums, and then take the train after the museums closed and spend the rest of the day at Disneyland every day.
Just to save some storage memory. We just walked through the gates of
Oh, the Lucky Nugget. Yes.
and it's
Is that like the Golden Horseshoe?
Yes.
star over here.
We didn't go in that one.
All it-
It's pretty cool. It's interesting because you've got this air of familiarity walking around, but it's just so
Different.
it's so different.
You got Phantom Manor.
I like how Phantom Manor is so close to Thunder Mountain.
Interesting. Over here, you have the Silver Spur Steakhouse. You have
Yeah, it's one of those attractions that's in a different land wherever you
looks like
go around the world.
is the Lucky Nugget.
Yeah, because in
Thank
Tokyo,
you, Mike Wheeler. Have a
it
good night.
is in Fantasyland.
It's in Fantasyland in Tokyo. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike Wheeler, for joining us.
And then everything else is basically down on that side, and it goes through.
Bye, Mike. Great seeing you.
And then it goes to from there you can go into Fantasyland.
So yeah, they have the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square at Disneyland, Liberty Square in Florida, Tokyo. It is Fantasyland, and here it's in Frontierland.
I think the outside, this was my favorite of all the parks, but the inside was my least favorite Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
This area was really cool.
Skull Rock. They got that inspiration from Disneyland in Anaheim. They tore it out though
Peter Pan look.
for 1983.
The one ride we didn't get to go on was the Indiana Jones ride, and the last day we were there, it was opening, but we never got to go on it because I think they were still having issues with it. But we heard a lot of people didn't like that ride.
Are you talking about the Temple of Peril?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a mine ride, like in the movie.
Yeah, all it is it's an off-the-shelf roller coaster. They just themed it to Indiana Jones. You did not miss anything.
Well, if it's there when we go back, I'd like to try it at least to say I did it.
Yeah, I went on, and they call it a headbanger because your head hits the restraints back and forth.
Eric sighs.
All right, Greg, we're gonna go on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Their Pirates of the Caribbean was really good, huh?
I like it. I remember the little cat. And then they also have a restaurant there, just like they have at Disneyland.
Like
You
the
said you
Blue
did or you didn't like it?
I love it.
Oh, did you like it? I thought you liked it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I like this, right?
Pirates.
Yeah, it was cool. Well, they had
It was more elaborate, I think.
they have a restaurant in here, so it kind of reminded me of, in a sense, kind of
It
similar.
reminds me of the Blue Bayou.
Yeah,
Hey, the Tyler Show, welcome.
welcome.
Hey, the Tyler Show.
The train goes.
Nurse Nancy said she can't handle the headbanging rides.
Yeah, I can't either because it gave me a slight headache.
Charlie's asking, climate-wise, what American city is Paris closest to?
New York, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I said.
New York.
Didn't we tape this whole show?
Yeah, but we didn't put it on the vlog.
No, it was really spectacular. Even in French.
If I'm not mistaken, this was one of the first to be mapped on a castle.
That's what I
before
thought
they
too.
brought it into the United States.
Yeah. One thing I like about there, they've got fountains everywhere too. So they've got the benefit of water and fireworks.
Wow, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it.
Oh yeah, there's the French.
Yeah, when I was there, they didn't have the fireworks going quite yet, so I never saw a fireworks show there at Disneyland Paris. It started later in July.
What is cool though is that if you know the movies by heart, you know what they're saying, and you're just hearing it in French. So then you kind of know what they're saying in French because you know what they're saying in English. So
That's the beauty of Disney, is that if you're so familiar with it, it just transcends language.
Mhm.
Oh, whoa.
I think I have that whole show on my phone. It was a long show too. Illuminations.
Is that what they called the show there?
Yeah.
And the night comes to an end.
I really wish they didn't close so early.
The parade is over.
Well, it was dark.
What did they closed at like what 8?
7 or 8. It's dark in Walt Disney
think
World
it-
and Disneyland,
I
and it's
thought it
still open.
I thought it was like 6 o'clock when they closed.
That's
it might have-
crazy
Well, you know,
if it's that early.
Disneyland used to be only open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on regular days.
That's crazy.
Well, the one thing to remember is it's not like the U.S. The European have a different the way they do things is differently.
Yeah.
It's very
They
true.
travel mainly in the summer, but once the fall hits,
Well, we were
they
in
don't
the
go
summer
out and travel
still.
as much.
September is technically summer,
not for the
really.
Europeans. It's not their
So
travel.
what was your special moment of the day? You're talking about it right now.
Went back that far.
Yeah,
Um,
I think Greg
Well-
had mentioned Big Thunder Mountain,
Big Thunder Mountain, and then we really liked the Illuminations show.
and then eating at Walt's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had this like caramelized banana, it was like their take on bananas Foster. I remember my dessert, some kind of chicken dish I had for lunch. It was delicious and beautifully presented. I felt like I was at Club 33.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then I would say eating dinner at Walt.
And this is, so does one do a Disney Paris once the park closes? Dilly dilly, perhaps?
Did you see Nurse
Actually, yeah,
Nancy?
you go to the village. I went to Annette's Diner and had dinner there. Had like a foot-long hot dog.
Oh,
The next morning from this was our last day there. We did a 5K, so we had to get up like at 5 in the morning. Actually, I think we got up at 4 in the morning. So
I don't remember.
I think we went. Did
It
some
was early.
we did some shopping down to the Disney Village, and then we, which is just like Disneyland,
Not in the
California,
morning, though.
at night,
Yeah.
and then we head back to the room.
I think the highlight of the trip was that 10K. That was pretty awesome to be in Paris or France, because it's really not in Paris. It's like 40 minutes outside of Paris. And to run through both parks and do a 10K and just the excitement and energy and everything, I think was awesome.
Yeah.
We can never replicate that ever again.
All right, we're gonna stop this. This is just the last end of it. Oops, as I
You didn't stop it though. Oh, now we're all here. There.
So you
So
guys, I hope,
hopefully everybody liked it.
yeah, I hope you enjoyed
that
that.
was fascinating.
Re-looking at it, I didn't think we did that bad of a job for our very
No.
first,
No, you didn't.
vlog on that. So
And we do have other vlogs from that trip on our channel as well, if you're interested.
Walt Disney Studios, which is
And
the
the
other
10K.
park, the 10K. We did a what was it?
10K.
La Bistro Chez Remy, I
Did you
believe is the
say
name of it.
5K? Because Blaine's saying 5K.
10K.
It was a
Sorry.
10K.
Yeah.
He said he'll do a 5 foot.
And then we also filmed the Walt Disney restaurant. So we had like 5 videos, I think, from that.
Yeah. And we were there for what, 4 days? 3 or 4 days?
We're coming up to the top of the hour, so we just want to remind
Sure.
everyone next week. Sorry,
We're
hold on,
at the-
before I forget. Nurse Nancy, Nautical Nurse Nancy, will be on our show next week, and we're so
Cool.
excited to have her. So if you guys are unfamiliar with her, she is awesome. She was known as a great moderator for so many different channels. She was for us, and now she does cruising content, and she's been doing it all her life, it seems. So she's awesome on that. And so next week we are going to have her on our show, so we're looking forward to that. And I'm sorry, Greg, what were you saying?
I was saying we were at the parks for 3 or 4 days. I don't remember.
We were only there. It was 3 nights. So we came in. One of the days we came in, we got into the park about 11 o'clock by the time we took the train over from London, and we went straight into the park. And then the next day we went to Walt Disney Studios. The next day, which was a video we just showed, was a Friday where we were at Disney, or Disneyland Park is what they call it. And then we did 5K or 10K. We went to the park for a little bit, and then we took the train back to London. We went to see platform 9 3/4 because we went to King's Cross Station. So those of
Where
you
they
Harry
actually
Potter
filmed it.
fans,
Yeah.
So there is a Harry Potter shop called Platform 9 3/4, which we show. The first vlog of this was traveling to Disneyland Paris.
You could take pictures like you grab onto the cart like you're going into the wall. So you can act like you're going into the wall. It was fun.
Oh wow! I definitely want to go back.
Yeah, it's
I've never
beautiful.
been, so I would like to go.
It's fun. It's a little when you go to a country that you might not know if will have a language barrier on it, especially since a lot of French don't like Americans. And a lot of that is because when Americans travel, they tend to be a little bit obnoxious, especially when they're in large groups.
Yeah.
We found, though, that if you make an attempt, and this is what we heard, if you make an attempt to try to
Say
speak, so like bonjour, like when you meet them, we would say bonjour and how are you doing today, so they wouldn't start talking to us in French, and we go, huh? So if you if
Get
you
out that
polite,
translator.
and especially at the Disney parks, I mean, they speak Spanish, they speak English, of course they speak French, they speak a lot of more languages than they would in like in Florida or Anaheim.
Thank
Because
you, Blaine. Have a good night.
Blaine, because they're used to having so many different countries in that area visit them, so they have to be more well-rounded on their language. We didn't venture off. We had wanted to see the Eiffel Tower.
That just
Some
would
of
have
the other
taken more
things.
time out of our time at the parks,
Yeah,
though.
and
So it's something that we'll look forward to next time.
Noah's wondering, how do you say dilly dilly in French?
Delay, delay.
I'm like,
Oh, that's just offensive.
How was that offensive? Oh, wow.
No, when I was in London, about 10 or 15 years ago, I was there with my cousin, and she and I spent a good 10 to 12 days by ourselves during the day because we were being hosted by a friend of mine. And when we were walking around, we were spoken to in English, we were spoken to in Spanish, we were spoken to in French and Greek. People just assumed that we were European because of the way we dressed. Because my cousin had gone a couple of times before, and she says, whatever you do, don't wear white tennis shoes. You'll look too American.
"Au revoir."
There you go.
That's not.
Oh,
Okay, you're pronouncing way too much.
I had the same experience. I was standing outside Notre Dame, and I had 5 people.
Yes, delay, Jim.
Oh, Disney buff, it's good to see you.
welcome.
I had 5 different people come up and speak 5 different languages.
Yeah.
Because of the way I carried myself in France.
Well, apparently, Arnie and I come from Spanish roots. And
America.
if you go to a certain region of Spain, apparently everyone there looks like us, which is pretty unfortunate. But
Wow.
but apparently we just assimilate Europe when we're over there. So it's like
Our mom's maiden name, apparently it's quite common over there. So everyone just says, "Oh yeah, you're just one of us."
Yeah.
Disney Boffin says, amazing you're talking about our Disneyland. So I think it's always fascinating because us here and you guys and us, we associate Disneyland California as our
that's our
Disneyland
park.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
our
It's funny how people have that home park. So Candy Mom 15, welcome.
Hey, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, so that was a fun little trip back to Disneyland Paris. We were looking at going in 2022. That's probably not going to be happening, especially with a crazy 2021 with 2 cruises booked. We have an Alaska cruise, and then we also have the 50th of Walt Disney World that we're planning to go to. So a lot of heavy trips going into 2021.
And we need to slow down afterwards.
Yeah. So 2022, we have nothing booked yet. But part of the reason is the cruises aren't out yet.
Oh my God.
Greg thinks I'm
We're
being
going to
good.
pull back the reins for a little bit.
Disney Bob says we love our park. I love their park too. I loved Disneyland Paris when I was there. Loved.
Yeah, I walked. The one thing that I did notice, I asked.
Is he from France?
And they're from France.
Oh, okay.
The one thing I asked is, what's the one food you have to try? Because, like, when you go to Disneyland, there's food that is unique to the area. And no one said nothing really. The only thing we really found was the donuts with the chocolate inside. But there's nothing that was unique to the park that is a must try when there.
Well, there was the one at the Hollywood Studios where it was a must try. It was at that writing, I think it was a writing studio or something. It was a coffee shop, and They were talking about the cookie or something, and we tried it.
Oh, the carrot. Well, you're talking about. I'm talking about in France. Though.
Yes, I know. I'm talking about,
Yeah,
I'm
that
talking about
was-
Hollywood Studios in Paris for
No.
Disneyland Paris. Yes.
That was-
What is this trip to Paris that Cynthia says she's taking with Arnie? I'm unfamiliar with this.
I'm surprised by it too.
that was at
No.
Walt Disney Studios, not Hollywood.
I would love to go to Paris.
Disney Studios in
It's
France.
been so long.
That's what I don't know the name of it, but that's what I'm talking about. The other part connected to Disneyland Paris, whatever it's called, Walt Disney Studios,
Walt
they had that
Studios
writing cafe or whatever, and it had some kind of a cookie or cake that everyone was saying to try, and we tried it.
Are you sure you're not getting confused with Florida? Because they had the writing shop that they closed, and they had the carrot cake.
Ooh, carrot cake.
Maybe I am.
I think you are. I think you are. Because I don't remember that in France. But
Delay, Jim.
delay. All right, guys. You guys, as we're winding up to the top of the hour, we have the ship show, which is coming up for the cruising families. If you've never watched the ship show, they have an amazing time. They have all the stuff that's going on there. They're fun to watch. Definitely when you talk about dilly, but they use the word bakak. So you have to watch it to see what that means. And also you have Dis and That, which comes on the Disney side. So
That'll be fun to watch also, Disney Boffins.
yes, that would be cool. We'll definitely have to make sure we check that out.
Yeah, I'll
And
have
then
I've got my,
Dolphins, I was not subscribed to your channel, so I just subscribed. I will follow that.
the Disney Boffins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Oops, I want to put them in timeout. I was trying to make sure I had
I'm going to
everything
take the
added to-
controls from you.
But you guys, what do you have coming up in your channel that you want to talk about? I know, Ben, you said tomorrow. Your
40th show.
Tomorrow morning's vlog, I will be posting a chicken sandwich challenge where I went to 3 different restaurants, pulled their chicken sandwiches, brought them home, and I sampled them. I did a similar video about a month ago with a hamburger challenge. And this time I did chicken sandwiches.
That's interesting.
If you guys never had a chance to watch one of his little outtakes, they're really cool. And I like it how you have it's almost like a diary, kind of like when you that little noise sound effect, like when you pop up and it has the time.
My
Date.
time stamp.
Yeah, and it's just so fun. I really like how you do that and getting a chance to know you. So those are really fun if you guys haven't had a chance to watch one of them.
Thank you very much, Derick. I appreciate that.
Game McLean.
I know it's just a look into my boring life.
Oh, please. That's so boring.
That the turkey, what was it? The dip that you made?
Yeah, turkey chili and cream cheese.
That looked really good.
It's delicious.
It is.
Try that.
It is delicious. If none of you have, if any of you out there have not watched my last vlog from last week, check out Pepper Tree Villa. It's episode 39 of Life with Ben, where I'd make a turkey chili and cream cheese dip from ingredients I got at Trader Joe's.
We actually have a full playlist of his videos. So start at the beginning, just run all 39 episodes.
Oh,
yeah.
Our 40th is posting.
Yeah, you'll want to stab your eye with an ice pick by the time you're done.
Wow. The thing I like to try, Ben, when I go different places is pulled pork sandwiches. I like to see how people make them differently. And so far, the best place that I've had one is at Las Vegas. What was the name of the pub? Something?
Denny's?
1942 or something. That's
Yeah.
no longer there.
Oh, it's not.
They closed.
Oh, yeah. I thought you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an MGM Studios, and it was a pub, and it was like the best pulled pork I've ever had. And of course, they closed the place. So now I gotta try some other places.
How about if you try Pepper Tree Villa? We'll make you a pulled pork sandwich.
There you go.
I will try it.
They make really good carnitas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Arnie, what else is going on with the channel?
Oh, I've got a couple videos that I'm editing right now that we'll be posting within the next week. One's about a squirrel, a couple squirrels that were attacking our house. Squirrel!
And Doug, not like Doug the dog, but kind of.
And then we're doing a no-bake cookie. We've been asked to do another recipe for baking cookies, and they specifically asked in this one chat that we had, they wanted no-bake with peanut butter. So we have peanut butter no-bake cookie that's coming. And the recipe will be posted on, in the description of that video. So
Disney Dolphins. I post all my content on Pepper Tree Villa.
Yep. All here. Pepper Tree Villa.
I want my PTV.
So when Ben's in the chat, he'll be PTV2, and then Doug and Arnie are Pepper Tree Villa.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for us, you guys, we love Disney. We love cruising, and we were asked recently, would we choose like one over the other? And this is, I think, makes us. We love both sides of it, and we love to travel. Yep. So
unless
we
it's
rotate.
Disney Cruise, then you just smash them together.
So we like to do 1 week when we do lives. We do them every Wednesday. We do one Disney week, and then the following week we do a cruise show. So next week is a cruise show. We are going to be releasing this for a premiere 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. It'd be the Bar Harbor
on Friday.
So it's Acadia National Park. Bar Harbor to us is the Carmel of Maine. So the East Coast Carmel. So those of you who had a chance to go to Carmel, it's a beautiful town. Is it our best port city? You have to find out. It is going to be a two-parter. In the two-parter, which I'm still editing, we try lobster ice cream. We don't quite get there yet on this one, but we do have a lobster bake. We have the Acadia National Park tour and tendering. When your ship can't get to the port, what does tendering look like, and what is tendering? So we cover all that when we are on this one. So we're going to show that. And what else? We got 5 Foolish Mortals, which Ben is a part of that with us, along with.
When are we doing that?
Early April is our next
sometime in April. Yeah.
Jim from More Sunshine, please.
Disney
and
Nerd with Charlie.
Charlie. So we're going to be doing that. We haven't decided what we're going to be doing yet, but so we have a lot of stuff that's going. We also are going to be getting ready to film our likes and dislikes, because we are comparing Norwegian and Disney ships. We've already done the Bliss, which is our #1 watched video, the likes and dislikes. We're going to be recording. Greg might not realize it. We're going to be recording a Disney Magic. We've also already done the other cruises, so we're going to also be comparing the Norwegian Escape and also the Disney Fantasy, those are the last 2 cruises. So those are going to be fun.
Great, that look of haughty derision.
We do still have our cruise coming up in September, hoping that we still keep it. I told Derick that if things keep going with it, they go, and if it gets even worse, we may not be doing it. So
I said, I guess I'll be going.
Oh my gosh.
Alone.
Thank you, EMZ Nam. That was very nice of you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
The Norwegian Bliss next weekend.
They're on a Norwegian Bliss next week. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you for watching our videos.
Thank you. You will love the Bliss. And if we can recommend anything, we didn't find this out till like day 3, I think. The Observation Lounge,
That's
which is
awesome.
at the front of the ship, right below the buffet, the Garden Cafe.
Hey, Myers in the Mouse.
It's on deck 15 forward. Definitely take advantage of that. We were amazed. And then the waterfront on deck 8. Those were probably 2 of the highlights.
And the mojito bar. Don't pass up the mojito bar.
Welcome, Myers in the Mouse. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's called Sugar Cane.
Yes.
It's you'll stay there all day if you love mojitos. It's like water.
And when we do our comparison and we rank the 4 ships, it might be my favorite ship out of the 4 that we went from Disney and Norwegian. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I already know your answer. So,
all right,
answer too.
I still have to do a cruise.
yes, you do.
Yes, we'll drag you along with us.
Okay.
Him, like he's going to be kicking and screaming. He'll probably be the first one up on the cruise
Yes.
ship.
No.
He can go into any restaurant and say, "Give me a club sandwich." He'll be thrilled because they'll serve it to him.
Yeah, and I will not repeat. I will not eat snail.
Escargot. You haven't tried it. It's really good.
Yes. All right, guys, we are going to leave. EMZ, thank you
Yes,
again so
thank
much for
you.
that. Thank you for doing that. If you guys check their channel out and
Check
show some love.
everyone's channel out too.
Yes.
Yes. Creators, everybody.
You guys, how do you end your shows?
It depends. If it's a food, we'll say, life's too short to eat bad food.
Life with Ben always ends. Remember, adventure is out there.
And then when I do the daily dose, it's always have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Awesome. And then how we like to end our shows is I'm Derick.
And I'm Gregory.
If you forget our names, I'm Little Explorer.
I'm Big Explorer.
But as Walt Disney once said,
we are just getting started.
Have a great
nice
night, everyone.
everybody.
Until next time.
Thanks.
Thank you.